Good afternoon, or good evening, I should say, Rams Nation. Welcome into the Rams wrap-up. I am Big Al, Coach Al, of your 13U varsity. I want to welcome you guys in for this second episode of the 2026 season of the Rams wrap-up. As we told you last week, we launched the release of the Rams schedule. Tonight, we have a special guest tonight. I'm bringing in Tiff Steele, who is vice president over at the Avon Grove Wildcats, which is a team that we, as in the league, we're not playing officially at this point unless, playoffs and all that stuff right now. But she's also big time over at the IYFL communications director, as well as the vice president of the Avon Grove Wildcats. So she will be telling us about the IYFL because there's been a lot of questions to everybody about why the IYFL, and what makes it so special and different than the years before, especially as of lately for the Rams Nation as well as the rest of the nation. And as she'll tell you, the IFL has also jumped leaps and bounds. So Tiff will bring us all into that. I'm going to bring her up in just a moment. But number one, I want to thank our great sponsors here that make our football and cheerleading possible every year. Broadway Bar and Grill, Clam Tavern, two great staples here in the Cifton Heights neighborhoods. Paul Revere Pizza, Nico Steaks, which I think I'm having for dinner tonight, to be honest with you. Bernie's Pretzels, Keystone Quality Transport, the American Legion Post 358, Coastal Soft Wash, Countywide Towing and Hauling, Murray's Bar and Grill, Rosati's Ice, yes, that's it, the Rosati's Ice, Quanta Productions, Mary's Cafe, and of course, Pro Action Restoration, and two favorite Cliftonites, Debbie Caldwaller Parecka, as well as John Parecka, for donating and being really awesome to us this year and making things possible. Where we get to tell you guys, because of all these great donations we received, it has allowed us to adjust our fees, which means it's $200 for your kid, and any additional kids in your household will be $100. So if you have two kids in the house, it's only $300. 3 kids becomes $400 in the household. Now it's not just it has kids to be the same household. That's just your caveat there. It's allowing us to pass this along to you. Also, the second annual Cifton Rams football camp, it's just a few days away, more than a few days, a little more than a week away, May 16th. So come on out, sign up online. I will put the registration link in online for you so you can sign up. Signing up is free. It does not cost you anything, and you participants will get a free Rosati's water ice. So if that's not enticing enough, I don't know what is. So check that out. So check all that fun stuff out here. Like I said, the Rosati's water ice and Bernie's Pretzels will be two legends back at the Cifton Heights Boys Club for the snack bar, which makes it awesome. So check all that out. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Tiff in just a second so she can tell you all about the IYFL and everything what's going on and how the Rams are excited and to be part of this big thing. So let me do that. Tiff, welcome in.
Hi, everyone. So excited to be here.
Well,
how are you guys?
We're thanking you for coming out here. I know everybody's second favorite orange and black team is playing right now or getting ready to play some ice hockey against the Hurricane. We'll talk about them later, but we wanted to bring you in and talk about, because like I said, a lot of people asked this league, asked me, asked the coaches, asked the rest of the president and everybody else in between, the board members, why the IYFL? What was the change? And we told them, why don't you tell them what's made the IYFL successful and how you work with the IYFL?
Sure. Well, I guess with what, working with the IYFL. So I have a background in sports journalism. So storytelling, just being around the game always is kind of natural to me. So when I became a mom and stepped away from that professionally, but found my way right back into it with youth football, big football family here. My husband coaches and my son plays. And my daughter has been raised on the sidelines. So a few seasons ago, I helped build out the communication, fundraising, sponsorships for the league. I started to get a really inside look at the postseason events the IYFL does and how do we keep this up. So that's sort of how I fell into the sponsorship, and being able to communicate led me into this position. I think that's what we do the best here at IYFL. So for those who don't know, it stands for Independent Youth Football League, and we do take the independent part very seriously. You're all your own organizations. You run, your organizations the way you want to do it, and we're really just there as, like to guide you, to help. So we're built around the idea that an organization should have their voice. Every club runs their program the way they want to. But we still all come together and we support the kids. It's scheduling, it's championships, it's the all-star games, it's the cheer competition, fundraising, everything. It's just it's a team thing. With communicating, we meet monthly, even during the off season. That means all the leaders from the organizations get together on a Zoom call and we talk about everything. We stay connected, organized. I mean, the people behind the scenes, Bob McLaughlin does an amazing job as commissioner. They really work on building relationships. And those relationships are really what matters. And especially when you're traveling to teams, it's nice to have, the rivalry still there. But it's nice to have that respect, the collaboration, working together. And like I said, a lot of that stems from the team that's really pushing this all together. Everyone's created an environment where we're organized, we feel heard, everyone feels respected, and everyone's involved.
No, I think you put that in a really good way, because the one thing I think people don't understand, I can say from just our organizational standpoint, I know it's not just us, I talked to a lot of the other organizations. I've worked with them in one way or the other in the last 15 years of doing this, but it is a year-long thing, especially with fundraising, because you can't wait to the middle of the season to start fundraising, because by then you already had to make most of your payments on your uniforms, insurance, and all that kind of stuff. So it is me and my team together, we meet and talk all the time. As a board, we meet once a month, constantly planning out things like bingo night. Everybody's had fun at our bingo night. But yeah, there's a lot of going on behind the scenes. And what you talked about is really what attracted us to move over to the IYFL. It was that organization, that the way you guys it's kind of fun in some ways. It does feel like a little bit of a real, like the NFL, and then we're one of the teams in the NFL. In the sense that there's a lot of inner workings that are being done, and might I add, like just being part of your guys' meetings with, watching how you put the territories together, picking the teams, putting the voting on the rules and any rule changes, because the IFL made a huge jump this year. I mean, how many teams did you go from last year to this year?
So we were 18 last year. I'm sorry, 17 last year, and now we jumped to 22.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
And this is the team, the mascot for each team. So this is what it looks like on their calendar. Trying to figure it all out. So yeah, I mean, and you guys have done a great job of keeping it, together, and it's like I said, we've already been excited about it, and about, I think people don't understand is as an organization, like the league itself has to raise money, as well as each team organization has to raise money. And again, something you guys have really shown us that you've done really well, and it's one of the many reasons we're excited to join.
Thank you. That really means a lot, because we do really work hard, and we want to emphasize, like, 100% of funding goes to the kids. So there's nobody's getting paid in any of the positions. It's all just for the kids. I mean, we get Swoop and the Eagles cheerleaders to come out to the championship and all-star games. We were able to provide jerseys for everyone in the all-star games. The cheerleaders got cool sweatshirts. And that was all just from fundraising and sponsorship. And, like you're saying, I mean, you got to hit early. I mean, last year we were like, oh, we got to start this earlier. And, this year we're like, wow.
Sometimes you're making money for next year, this year. Yeah. You gotta even be that far ahead of the game.
Yeah. And we do have some great sponsors. I do want to shout out Professional Mortgage Advisors, Preferred Sportswear, Performance Food Service, and JB Fundraising and Associates. They've just been fantastic. And we
worked with a few of them already, so it's been They've been really great to work with, and like I said, the organization does feel like a team in some ways. When I can be honest, there's other times when other organizations we worked with that don't always feel that way. So that's so far so good with that kind of way you guys bring everybody together.
Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah, everybody's very excited for this season. Tell me, like, you talked about your background a little bit. Tell us, can you dive a little bit into more what really where it
Sure.
started for you, where it got to here?
So I'm heading into my 3rd season at IYFL. This is my 6th season with Avon Grove. And like I said, my son's playing 11U, so my husband's coaching. Really, I mean, it just started as I want to volunteer, I want to help, being from a big football family and being able to see what we can do for these kids and make these experiences. I mean, having a kid come off the field and say, like, that was so much fun is why we do what we do. But I think that my sports journalism background just sort of kind of like pushed me into, I missed this. I miss reporting on football. And, now I'm really falling in love with the cheer side of it and just seeing how it all works together and meeting all these great people, being able to form relationships with them. It's just been, everybody here is just really quality, genuine people. So it's nice.
That's what I've gotten so far from the dealings, and it hasn't been a ton, but enough for me to start making a decision, a good feeling about this organization. What do you think makes the IYFL stand out in that sense?
I mean, I've got to say that it's the independent part of it, really. I mean, nobody's micromanaged. So, and it's everybody coming together. I mean, even when we have, something that we really need to work out together, I think that everybody is just willing to have those conversations with each other that, to make meaningful movements and make things happen. There's no like someone is above another. Everybody is equal playing field, and we're all out here to do the same thing. And whatever we at the IYFL can do to support all 22 organizations, I mean, that's what we want to do. That's why we meet on these Zoom calls or get together twice a year in person, to shake those hands and make the eye contact with people. And, and then you turn around and you travel to that field and you're able to say like, oh, hey, we met each other. Nice to see you again. And, and one of the good things I think is, so we have like a Wednesday report before each game. So the home team is required to sort of send out a document to the visiting team and just gives them a rundown like, hey, parking might be tough. We got, 2 games going on this day, or, here, if, you guys want, here's a map of the area. So everybody's really just trying to help each other out until playtime.
Yeah. No, listen, you pointed that out. I think we kind of touched on this when me and Coach Vinny were doing this last week, is that even though there is a competitive nature to this, and the number one thing is we say the Cifton organization, and we will tell our parents, and for those who, like I said earlier, I'll push it again, is sign up for your football camp. It's free to sign up. It's a free registration. We just need you to sign up online. I'm actually going to, while we're talking, I'm going to pull the link and put it in there for you. But, the first and foremost thing is we tell people this is not a results-based organization. If you're looking for, my kid needs to be on a winning team or this needs to be that, I'm not sitting there saying we're not trying to win, but it's supposed to be a growth thing. We're here to get the team to grow. And that's sometimes I think lost, and especially if you get that way for people. And we're trying to get that back. And like you hit on the nose here a little bit. Like it's about the kids. It's a thankless job, which I'm not looking for thanks or praise, but it is a thankless job because none of us get paid to do it.
Sure.
Every time I bring up football season, even my wife, I know she supports me, but at the same time, she is probably rolling her eyes in the back of her head. But then when I'm home, she gets upset, so you can't win that.
Right.
And I did put the link into Facebook and YouTube chats. I can't do it on Instagram. Sorry, guys, it doesn't work that way. But no, like I said, it's very it's an all year long thing, and I try to keep in contact with my players too. We try to have like little workouts and stuff, and it's even kind of funny. I didn't know until recently that one of my former lineman colleagues is the president of the Avon Grove Wildcats, which is, like you said, that's how we
right.
we all kind of stay, like, we are friendly with each other. Of course, I'm going to probably yell at Danny from across the field at one point, but that's just good fun. But I mean, saying, like, we are all friendly in the long run when it comes down to it. At least we should be.
Yes, and that's what's great about it. I mean, and you hit it there when you said growth. The focus hasn't changed at all in the IYFL, especially now that we have 22 teams. It's still, we're creating the best possible experiences for these kids. So with our organizations being able to like work together in the off season, we vote on divisions, the scheduling, playoff formats. I mean, you name it, everybody's involved in the process. And I think that's what makes it really, beneficial and successful is being able to have all those conversations and talk through it all and rely on, I mean, you guys with your experience, it's nice to have the coaches and the guys that played to be able to, hey, this is what works, this is what doesn't. So
no. And then, what I've told a lot of the people that, a lot of the parents who've been around with us for a while, who still have kids in the organization, or people who I grew up with who played for Cifton Heights. Me and Danny couldn't play for Cifton Heights because we were too big to begin with when weight ball was weight ball. But like, they're like, well, is this going to be different? Is this going to be that? And I'm like, the lineup of the division's a little different, and the scheduling a little different in that sense than who you're used to seeing. But the point system for your placement is about the same. Playoffs are for the most part the same, except for now we got 12 teams with four first round buys, the top 4 teams in those divisions. But other than that, it's you guys have just taken something and made it better and more organized. And I really it's been enjoyable, and it's made our transition just a little easier. Like, I'm not learning, like, I'm reading a whole new set of rule books, even though
right. Yeah.
And
I mean, and that's really how and why, the IYFL formed. I mean, it was just wanting, everything else, like, that was working for everybody else. But, we just wanted to be able to work have these organizations work independently. And I do have to say that, we are always very football oriented, but look out for this cheer program. I mean, they are growing, and it's so exciting to watch what they're doing over there.
I'm excited to see the end of the year with it, because I, as a football coach, I've also been to a lot of cheerleading competitions between my daughter cheerleading and then having volunteer at the previous cheerleading comps. The way you guys have it laid out is great. It's kind of staggered instead of having games on top of comp and all those kind of things. And you have the All-Star game, you have the playoffs, the All-Star game, you have the comp, kind of just one right after the other. I mean, we hit the ground running with the IYFL. I think that's also another great thing. Last week in August, right to the middle of October or end of October, and then playoffs, even before November 1st. So it's going to be fun.
It's so good. It's so going to be fun. I mean, we're so excited. I think this is going to be a really big season.
Did like when you guys were voting teams in, of course, expanding this year, did you guys ever, like, at that one point have to sit back and go, I didn't think this was going to get that big? Like, I didn't know, maybe 12, 15 teams, maybe, I don't know, but like, did you guys think 22? And I mean, I'm sure that the future could be even more for
I know. There's been, multiple conversations, like, wow, like, it's a lot, but
just step back and look at it like, yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like, especially at the end of championship games when you see all the pictures from the day, usually because you're so busy that day. It's nice to look back and be like, wow, they really had fun. They really had a good time.
Yeah, that's the important part. I mean, it's about having a good time. And you know what? I've been like, a lot of the players follow us on, like, I'm behind the social media for the Cifton Heights Boys Club, and I've expanded it a lot over the last few years, and especially the Instagram. And a lot of our team, like my players and former players, especially because I coach the older kids, have moved on, and now I'm seeing them like committing to high schools for football and helping them get commitments and tuitions and all that.
Yeah.
And scholarships and all that covered, and that's exciting for me. And when I use the social media, because I tell these guys, tag me in and tag Cifton Heights Boys Club in it, because I want to share that out, because that's where we win. Like, I want to win
Oh,
championships.
we
Absolutely.
love having you guys now. You're such an asset. You do some
You
great stuff over
expanded
there.
that word a little too long, but we'll let that go. But no, like I said, it's fun to talk about with the kids. When I still got guys that come up to me now, probably almost about to have their kids. Hey, coach, I'm like, stop. Now I'm old. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fun though. But, no, like it really is great that the IYFL is really bringing things together in the way you guys handle things. But as we also mentioned before we let you go, because I told you I'm not going to keep you too long tonight. But like you said, you were the vice president for Avon Grove football and cheer. You got a little something coming up.
Yes. So we have a big event coming up, and everybody's invited. So Sunday, May 17th from 1 to 4, we are inviting everyone to Harmony Park for our community day. We're also offering some free skills clinics for our football and cheerleaders. We're going to have a lot of the Avon Grove High School kids come out and work with the kids. We just find that whenever we see like the high school kids working with the younger kids, they really just they love that, the kids together. And then we're gonna have some fun, some obstacle courses and concession stands. So if
Awesome.
you're in and around the West Grove area, please come by and say hi, and register for one of our free clinics. Always fun. Get some extras. I think it's the same weekend as yours, so you could go to
you can go to a Saturday and then hit you guys up on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Football all weekend and cheer.
And listen, I tell my team, if you can go get another free clinic and it's not go for it. Like, it's not going to hurt you. Skills are skills.
Great.
I'll take whatever skills you can get.
Yeah.
And every bit we get, like I said, we try to work with our teams. It's a little easier at the higher levels, like the older kid levels, because we know who we got. We know who, like, they're moving up unless somebody new comes along. So it's easier to keep communication with them. The younger kids are just coming in, so you don't know who you have and who's available. So if you guys can get out to these things, and a lot of the other organizations have it. I follow every organization on their social media. I see everything that goes on, and it's really exciting because not just us and you guys everybody's bought into the what you guys have built here at the IYFL. And like I said, this has kind of been our slogan: new home, same goal. And that's to get everybody going and growing in the world of football, cheerleading, and a little bit in life, I always say. So anything else you want to say, Tiff, before I let you go for the evening?
I just want to make sure everybody knows that we're just so excited for the season. There's a lot of momentum around the league right now, and we love it. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes to make this a great experience for the kids and the families involved. So we really just can't wait for 2026. Like, let's start the countdown.
We listen, as coaches, we have that urge to. We can't be on the field, but we have the urge to get the kids back on the field. So I appreciate your time, Tiff. I'm sure we'll be talking
for having me.
again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk a little bit more in the postseason. Because I'm deciding, no matter how far Clifton goes, maybe to continue this into the postseason and just cover the IYFL playoffs in general, outside of just Clifton, just to give everybody a kind of a bird's eye view of everything. So we'll talk about more of that later, but I appreciate your time. I'll let you go, and have a good evening. Go Flyers.
Yeah, thanks. Go Flyers. Yeah, have a good night.
Have a good night. All right, so that was Tiff Steele. She was. I would appreciate her coming on, especially even though if I was her, like, it's a Flyers game. What are you, nuts? But I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I wanted to make this quick and introduce you guys to Tiff. Frank, there's so many more teams than when you played. I coached you, so yes, that is for sure. But it's really what makes it more exciting. I mean, we're not playing every team, obviously. I'll throw this up here real quick before I go. Where is it? Here it is. That is our current schedule. Starts on August 29th. We played at Prospect Park Termites. There's an old familiar face, as well as the next one. September 5th, we play the Darby Township Eagles. A name we haven't used and talked about in a while: Brandywine Youth Club, BYC Bulldogs, Rose Tree Colts, Oxford Golden Bears, Ridley Park Parkers, and Springfield Cougars. And then we ended off with the Sharon Hill Ramblers. So some old faces, some new faces, some faces we haven't talked about in a while, which makes that fun. And and there's still plenty of teams we will be seeing, hopefully, in the playoffs and in towards the championship. So a lot coming up. Don't forget, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. I'm going to say it one more time. Sign up for the registration. And like Tiff said, they're going to have kids from for their thing. They're going to have a lot of their high school kids coming out, and we're going to have some former players coming out too, part of the camp to help teach the kids, work with the kids, and everybody wants to be part of the community, and we want to keep it that way. Again, thank you to our amazing sponsors, all the ones you see here up on the screen. Can't wait to have Rosati's Water Ice and Bernie's Pretzels, the Cifton Heights 1-2 punch that you'll never forget. And we are ready to start that journey, the 2026 journey. We will be, I know one of the questions keeps getting asked, when am I going to show what the new season jerseys are going to look like? Coming soon. That's all I'm going to say. Tease you a little bit. Don't forget, our store is open all year long. Some great Cifton gear. Your Cifton Heights Ram Fear the Horns t-shirt back in front is out and available. Both the Samsung Galaxy for the 20 to 225 models, all versions of the models are available, as well as the iPhone ones for any iPhone from 14 to 17 for all different models available. Different options to choose for each one. But there's also a ton of other options. So if you're looking to get like some gear now for your favorite Ram, or to show your support and love for future stuff, there's always different options on the website. I take some stuff down if it's just not selling well, and I put something up new, try to hit it. So different things up there. There's a new hat up there as well that's been pretty popular. So go grab them while they're still available. And Frank, how can I find out about helping out the camp? Just message us on any of the social medias, and we'll put it in front of the camp. Everybody's running the camp, so we'll talk to you then. But guys, thank you for joining me. Like I said, this is a quick one, quick 30 minutes, pop in, pop out. Remind you of all the upcoming. Don't forget, I put all the registration for both YouTube and the Facebook page. If you didn't register, just give it to your parents. If you can't do it, like I said, it's free. The camp is free, costs you nothing. You just have to register yourself. And if you're already on the team snap from the years before, you just have to click on the button saying you're coming to the camp. So we're just trying to get the numbers before camp fills up, because we do have a limited space. So all that fun stuff. And I want to thank Tiff for joining me. I want to thank the IYFL for having us. Look, this is all those teams, man. That's a lot of teams. It's going to make it really exciting. But other than that, guys, have a great evening. Go Flyers. We will be talking to you real soon.